We will be entertaining questions from the audience.
Hello, Namaste. I'm Jayapalashri from Samskara Healing. I have my son with me today who's helping me with the question and answers. As I talk, if there's any questions, he's going to kind of give it out to me so that I can answer them. As I wait for people to join, I would like to open the talk, praying that all of you are safe during these tough times and all of you are home, your family is safe and healthy. My prayers for each and every one of you. Please stay safe, stay happy. May the blessings of the divine reach out to you all. Today I'd like to talk about the topic of fear, how important it is. Fear is an emotion that we all hold on to and get a little anxious and worried, if I can say so. So what is fear? Fear is something which is triggered with the various kind of situations. It could be internal as well as external conflicts within us, which can give fear. One of the biggest fear, which is like commonly known for us, is fear of life, fear of survival, fear of uncertainties and darkness. We are never comfortable when we don't know what is tomorrow. And today, that's the biggest fear that you and I carry. The fear of not knowing what tomorrow is, the fear of not knowing what to expect, the fear for our family and loved ones, the fear for life. What is it doing to us? It is creating havoc in yours and my life. So I'm sure the one big question everybody's going to ask is fear negative? You can classify emotions as positive emotions and negative emotions. So today the word positive is a little worrisome, but nevertheless it's positive and negative emotions. But I don't see fear as a negative emotion. Fear is equally part of you, just as how courage, happiness, laughter, or maybe can I say comfort is. So fear is very much part of you and me. Can we eradicate fear out of our life? I don't think that's possible. Can we live with fear? It's your choice. But can we address fear? Yes, of course. X amount of fear is very much needed. Like for example, the fear of our family, loved ones and our own life is today keeping us all within our home space, and we're trying to take care of ourselves and trying to protect ourselves. Having an X amount of fear is good, but allowing fear to become a dominant emotion and allowing fear to come forward and start creating havoc is not something advisable. So why is it that fear becomes that kind of an important thing that we are addressing as a subject by itself in a live session? When fear is taking a dominant seat, when fear is kind of becoming difficult to handle, what happens? The first thing that fear does is prolonged fear starts giving us anxiety, starts giving us stress. When we have issues like a cortisol level rising, or having sleepless nights, having various kind of issues cropping up, it leads to health issues. You could start off with having sleepless nights. You could start having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. You could start having eating disorders. It could start going to various things, to the extent that eventually you could have issues with your BP and chronic pains, acute pains like your backache, shoulder pain, issues with your knee joints. So various things can happen. I'm not saying everything is pertaining to fear, but it is one part of an emotion. So it is good to address it. That's the reason I'm talking about it. What happens when we have fear and has not been addressed or acknowledged? Before I continue, are there any questions?
Yes, we do have questions from the audience.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. How did you get started on this journey?
Oh, I was talking about fear. So I've got
Okay.
onto this journey. You're talking about the journey of my...
I'm assuming healing.
It was a call. It was a calling that I received. And through that, I got onto the journey of healing. And I got onto the journey of... My journey started with healing myself. And today I'm here out to heal people who are ready to receive healing. So that's the simplest way I could answer that.
Okay. The next question is, how does one deal with fear?
Yes, I'm coming to that. Just
Okay.
So having fear is one thing. So what happens when you have fear is that your aura diminishes. Why? Because when you carry fear, your anxiety levels go high, and so we have our emotions, and each emotion vibrates at a certain level. We are basically we have our thoughts, we have our acts. Everything works with the electromagnetic energy, the field. So every emotion vibrates at a certain level. So emotions like fear, anger, stress, shame, guilt, humiliation, these kind of things vibrate at a lower frequency. So because these vibrate at a lower frequency, our aura shrinks. So aura is a shield, an electromagnetic shield which is around us. In the simplest way I'm trying to explain. I don't want to get into the in-depth of an aura today. So when that shrinks, it shrivels, and there can be leaks and tear in the energy field, which could allow certain things to penetrate into our body, which could create a problem for us. So that's the reason why they say that having fear is fine, but addressing and releasing it is very important. So fear is very much needed, because fear shows us that, okay, there is some danger there and we need to be careful. But holding on to that fear and living with it kind of brings down our immunity and our courage and our strength to face life. So how do we address it? Before that, I would like to give you an example. I had my elder child in his 10th grade, and there was an issue that he had to write a paper in a different format, and I wanted him to write in another format, which was more difficult, and it would give him a better mileage. So I was pushing him for one, and the teachers were pushing him for one. So my son was asking me, why are you making me do something where everybody else is asking me to take the easy route? And I said, because I believe in you, I trust in you, and I know you can do it. So when we were speaking about that, the teacher asked him, why do you want to take a chance? Because you never know. You can kind of, do bad, or you may not get through the exam, and it's your board exam and things like that. So he became fearful. And he came to me and he said, I don't want to take it, and it's risky. So I looked at him and I said, these kind of fears has to be then and there released and addressed. A risk is when you are going to go into an operation theater and not know that you're going to come back alive. That's a fear and a risk to be taking, and it's very scary. But writing an exam, and even if you're going to fail, you can always write again. So that's not a fear to hold on to. So I'm just giving you an example of what is fear and how fear needs to be addressed. Okay, so there is different threshold for fear. So here it was an exam fear, which I made my son then and there address and release. But today, you and I are dealing with fear pertaining to life, pertaining to the issues, be it finances, be it for a family, for everything today. There is a lot of fear out there, insecurities. Maybe many people are not getting their salaries, their payments. There is no flow of money. You have to take care of hospital bills. Everything is expensive out there today, So it's very difficult and fearful. Life has become very fearful and precious. How do we address it? First point, see what are your triggers. Work on your triggers. So like for example, for me, my biggest fear is that I want my family to be safe and I don't want anything to go wrong with them. Now, but can I stop it? Can I control it? No. So I need to start setting myself and setting boundaries first. Second, do a lot of breathing exercise. It is very good to be grounded, to be calm, to be controlled, and put things in order. Next, try to do some kind of meditation. You don't have to sit for long meditations if you're not a person who sits for it. You could do meditation which is called a walking meditation. You could do meditation playing music. You could just put earphones today. Even youngsters love to put earphones and listen to music. Listen to some pleasant music. No, I'm not talking about music which can disturb you, but listen to pleasant music like an instrumental music. And just walk mindfully, not mindlessly. Walk mindfully, aligning yourself. It's very important that you keep your body functioning and aligning. So that way we are addressing and you're aware of your thoughts and what is happening to your body. Next, eat right, sleep right, read positive and good things, and also look at focusing on working on yourself in various ways. Maybe you could write a journal, maybe you could do some hobbies, things like that. Other than that, certain things that you could use are crystals, which helps you kind of calm down and stay focused and release fear. One such is black tourmaline, clear quartz, amethyst, and of course hematite. I personally love hematite and I wear hematite a lot because it helps me to be grounded. Black tourmaline has an overall effect. Clear quartz has something which is kind of, it intensifies and amplifies the effect of healing. So wearing these kind of bracelets helps you calm down to an extent. They work. Energize them, condition them, and you can use them. And you could look up some of videos where I've spoken about how to condition these bracelets. And other than that, unless there's any other question, I would like to wind up the session.
There's one more question. What is your ultimate aim? Which I'm assuming means what's your ultimate objective or goal from this? I'm assuming the career path they're referring to. Or are you referring to this live session or the career path? I'm not sure, but the question is, what is your ultimate aim?
If it's for the live session, my ultimate aim is I want you to understand the importance of releasing the fear. I want you to address your fear and let go of it and accept life how it is and live in a more happy and a confident way. If I'm looking at what is my future of my own goal, I am looking at doing service to the universe, I must say, as a divine channel. And I'm hoping that eventually God's going to give me the strength and grace where I can open up a retreat to help people. So this is my talk on fear.
Could you elaborate on what you meant by retreat?
A retreat is, I'm looking at doing something where be it children or old people, everyone can come there. It's going to be an open space where nature is going to do the natural healing. And there's an open space for meditation. And it's just like a place where they can be. There is no do's and don'ts and nothing like that. It's a free stay for everyone to come and go. They can stay there for as long as they want and then they can leave.
So like a safe space.
Like a safe space.
A community center.
Yes, like right off now I see a lot of children who are orphaned. I see a lot of pets which are orphaned. A lot of animals that are going without being fed. So I would like to open a shelter where be it us humans, one side, animals the other side, both are taken care of. I'm hoping that I can do it by God's grace.
Wonderful. Do we have any other questions for the spiritual princess? Any other viewers? Any other questions? Okay, if I don't get any questions, I'm gonna start winding up.
Thank you so much. And
okay.
In case if you would like a little more talk on fear, do look up. I will put up another recording soon. But until then, I thank you all. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, and I'll end the live.